Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show.
No.
It's the Tryforce.
Oh, man. Do you know, just before we start, do you know those tweets that say you have to describe a video game without actually, like, you know, saying what the title is? Like, I think you did it in our Fire Emblem episode, Zach, where it was just like,
You did it.
like sexy chess or something.
You said
like.
it, and you said anime chess.
Anime chess. Yeah. Okay. So I love those posts. They are hysterical. So obviously we're discussing the game that we're talking about today, and I'm going to try and do it. See you laughing already. I think you already know where I'm going with this. So I was trying to do it today with the game that we are discussing, and the only thing I could come up with
Go on.
I can't even
Go on.
It's to describe what we're talking about today. I can only come up with Spike Spiegel plays horny Cubert.
Wow. I mean, that's like better than what I would have come up with.
And
I wish he wasn't right. Oh my god.
And like,
so funny.
and it's literally that's it, man. I think that's the only thing I got.
I've realized that that's fucking I was laughing before you even said it, because I figured you were going to say sexy Cubert, and I wasn't even able to handle sexy Cubert. So horny Cubert is definitely a step up. You know what? You deserve that one, man. You know what? Good for you.
Oh man,
Good for you. You know what, Press? Give yourself a little round of applause.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was really good.
Oh, thank you.
It was a good intro.
Thank you. I'd like to thank horny Cubert.
Walk away.
You're probably the only one who would like to thank that.
Changing my Twitter handle to horny Cubert.
Oh my god.
So, we are going to talk about a little title, but I feel like this is a situation that we don't find ourselves in, and haven't found ourselves in a few weeks now. But off doing our own things, we were finally a Tryforce once again.
Oh man, that's the applause. There we go. Rayne, welcome back. It's been a while since we all did our thing together.
Yeah, I have been I've been, you know, out in the world doing things.
Well, that's good.
And by doing things, I mean, you know, suffering.
That's less good.
That's just how it be.
Yeah. Well, definitely a game about suffering in some way.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a main character going through an odyssey of some kind. We have yeah.
Before you say what game it is,
Sure.
is it possible that I could say what I would have said to describe this game without putting the title?
Please, yes.
I beg of you, yes.
So simply put, I would have just put, this is a video game starring Zach's succubus girlfriend, and that's where I would have left it.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're gonna do me like this early.
Yeah.
Rayne, I missed you so. You're calling me out on live.
I was about to do it if they weren't.
Unbelievable, bro. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. I love this game. I adore this game. I have for a long time. When I heard there was a remake, I squealed like a 6-year-old girl.
It's a good one.
And
this is actually my first playthrough of this.
yes.
So.
I'm glad. And you're just now entering the Atlus Games realm, where me and Rayne have set up permanent residency there for years.
I remember I texted the both of you today. The opening, I was 15 seconds into the game, and all I just thought was, yep, that's an Atlus game.
Yeah.
Like,
You certainly did text us that, and I just remember looking at that and just being like, oh, Colton, you have no idea what you're in for.
It's like, the opening shot was Vincent getting bumped, like Rayne bumping into Vincent, and her just sitting on his face. That was the first fucking 10 seconds of the game.
All right.
I was like,
Atlas
that
game,
is
boys.
an Atlus game.
You know what? Like, Persona is definitely horny on main, but Vincent's journey and Katherine as a whole is horny on plot.
Yeah.
Like, the plot is moved through various nuts, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Man, we were just talking to Puma on stream the other day, and he suggested, phrases for merch. I think that was like, I
The
think
plot
that's
is told through various nuts.
I think that's like
right.
top 3.
So we're talking about Atlus Games' Katherine, which the original one came out all the way back in 2011 with a remake, Katherine Full Body in 2019, PS4 in 2019, and Nintendo Switch on 2020. It was almost too sexy for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Almost, but obviously by Atlus and featuring an English voice cast of very famous English voice actors. Yuri
Very
Lowenthal, one of Rayne's favorites, as Toby.
As Toby. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I thought
Yuri
he sounded
Lowenthal
familiar.
just is my favorite voice actor, which is exactly how they got me to play this game.
Yeah. I love blonde drunk Marth.
We've got
It's my favorite.
Troy Baker playing our main character, Vincent.
Yeah, very nice.
So I gotta be real with my boys on live. Really don't fucking care for puzzle games. I really don't like puzzle games. They make me feel like I have a bonobo brain. They make me feel like I am like not a smart person. And I like stake most of my personal wealth on like being a semi-educated person. So when I like try to do a puzzle and I can't do it, well, I'm like, well, I don't need you. Go away. I don't care. So like, it's difficult for me to like puzzle games. You better count your lucky stars. I liked Breath of the Wild as much as I did.
I love puzzle games.
I know you
love,
do.
love.
I know you do.
I think it's like it's not like I honestly don't think it's a different. I don't think it's an intelligence thing. Honestly, it's a different type of intelligence where like you have an unbelievable wealth of book knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the intelligence that requires is just like looking at a thing in front of you and knowing immediately what to do.
Oh boy, do my problem solving skills lack.
Like that's it. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, that's because when you take a puzzle game, you have to take what's given to you and like flip it around and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like it's not just here's a book, read it.
Yeah, well, the information's all there. You have to get all the information from this seemingly meaningless object. So, like, it's a different type of intelligence.
Figure your shit out.
So many cubes.
So many cubes.
You know, human beings really do just love cubes, huh?
We do be loving cubes. They're our
Yes.
companions, actually.
Absolutely.
So, I guess we can talk about the game. I feel like this intro paragraph has like a good way to bring it into kind of like the elevator pitch for kids leading in. The story follows Vincent Brooks, a man who is beset by supernatural nightmares, while torn between his feelings for his longtime girlfriend Katherine with a K. Very important, longtime girlfriend Katherine.
Should we establish this at the very beginning just to make it easier? The 3 Catherines and their
Yes.
abbreviations.
Yes.
So I guess
Colton, before I ask, which one's your favorite? Katherine, or Katherine?
Catherine, obviously.
Okay, got it. Cool.
So my
And, Rayne, is your favorite Katherine, or Katherine?
It's Katherine.
That's an
yeah.
educated.
What about
choice.
you? Is that Catherine, or Catherine?
You know what? I gotta be honest. Maybe not the biggest opinion, but I'm a bit of a Katherine.
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah,
hot take.
I'd like to think so. You know, I live for that kind of stuff.
There's actually a line in the game this is a little further on, but this guy calls up our main character and says that he's associated with Katherine. And all I could think about was that Team 4-Star joke where it's like, my son, the planet, or me.
Yes. Beset by supernatural nightmares while torn between his feelings for his longtime girlfriend Katherine with a K, who we will refer to as Catherine.
Yes.
Right? And a similarly named beauty named Katherine, which, Rayne, we will refer to as Kat
Yes.
for the rest of this podcast to make it easier for the folks.
Okie dokie.
Got it. And then there is also now in Katherine Full Body, obviously there is a third option of Quatherine. Spelled with a Q, aka Rayne.
Yes. So it's Katherine, Kat, and Rayne.
The gameplay is divided between the daytime, where Vincent interacts with the characters in a social simulation, and his dreams, where he must navigate 3-dimensional towers through combining platforming and puzzle solving. The game's ending is affected by choices Vincent makes over the course of the story. So that's the elevator pitch of how the game works. It's, like you said, horny Cubert. It's moving blocks at nighttime.
Horny Cubert. But it's
Dealing with the plot by daytime.
It's so surreal, too. Like, it's a very, very weird designed game. Like, I would love to have been in the elevator pitch for like, what's the actual gameplay going to be like? Stacking cubes. This is a romance drama horror story. Hear me out. Stacking cubes.
They were like, well, you know, he's gonna be plagued by nightmares. What are they gonna be? And they went, no, it's the cubes.
Stacking fucking cubes, man.
The nightmares are the cubes.
Cubes and sheep. That's all it is.
The poor writer sitting there, what? No, you're not understanding me.
It's like the aliens meme, but it's like cubes.
I feel like Atlus loves to separate their games into time slots. Like Persona does the same shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's easy. It's very easy to tell a story when you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, we were making jokes about Atlus cutting corners. Like, that is a way to cut corners in a story, is to break it up by days. But it makes it feel like it's a totally different experience every day, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you forget that it's broken up by days.
True.
Like, I forgot a lot of the times, like, holy shit, that felt like 1,000 years ago, but it was literally like an hour
last
ago.
night. Yeah. I feel like Vincent goes through a lot of trauma over the course of this plot.
Yeah, he has been through a lot in these 7 days.
Like, is he not the greatest dude? Sure. Does anybody deserve what goes on here? Probably not.
No.
All right. So let's get into the setting and characters before we get into the actual story. It is set in an unnamed North American city. The plot of Katherine is presented as a story within a story on the Golden Playhouse.
Ooh.
A television program introduced by Trisha, known as the Saturday Night Venus. Described as like Saturday morning theater with a bit of a Twilight Zone vibe. The Stray Sheep, a bar where the main cast frequently meets, acts as the stage for the game's major events. The game focuses on these 4 main characters. As we spoke, Vincent Brooks, a 32-year-old systems engineer who acts as the game's protagonist and player character. Unambitious and lackadaisical, Vincent lives a stereotypical bachelor's life. He avoids the challenges of adulthood, including his uninspiring job, his rundown apartment. Yeah, his apartment is fucking gross.
Yeah.
His apartment is really shitty.
Listen,
Not good.
you know what? You guys shit on my studio a lot, but man, did I feel better after watching that.
And his unwillingness to marry his long-term girlfriend, Katherine. Vincent is voiced by Troy Baker in the English dub. Love Troy Baker, obviously known from Last of Us, Batman, Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah, he was The Last of Us, huh?
Holy shit! I didn't know this either. Katherine, actually, a 22-year-old woman. She meets Vincent.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, Kat. Okay,
Kat is 22.
Yeah, I was like, there is no fucking way that Katherine is 22.
She meets Vincent in the Stray Sheep seemingly by accident and ends up spending the nights with him. This encounter and Katherine's continued attempts to romance Vincent become the catalyst for the game's events. Outwardly, Katherine is playful, seductive, and free-spirited, when in reality, I'm not going to say that yet. Katherine is voiced by Laura Bailey in the English dub.
No way!
True facts.
Wow.
She can do everything.
So we got blonde, drunk Marth and sexy Lucina.
Yes.
That's fucking weird.
Katherine McBride, a 32-year-old woman working as an office manager at a clothing manufacturer. A high school friend and sweetheart of Vincent's, they reconnect 5 years prior to the game's events and begin dating. Katherine wishes to marry Vincent and is increasingly irritated by his indecisiveness. Michelle Ruff in the English dub. Don't quite know who she is. Let's take a quick tip.
Yeah.
Jill Valentine. Did some Jill Valentine.
Yeah.
Crimson Viper in Street Fighter.
Cool.
Rayne, short for Quatherine, is a character exclusive to Katherine Full Body. She is. They are an amnesiac who plays the piano at the Stray Sheep.
They really are an amnesiac.
Rayne becomes a comforting present during Vincent's journey and is voiced by Brianna Knickerbocker in English.
Yes.
Supporting cast includes Vincent's regular drinking partners at the Stray Sheep, Orlando Haddock, the only man who can rock a fedora and make it look interesting.
Well, because he's not being a shit about it. You know what I mean?
Who's voiced by Liam O'Brien.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy.
Liam O'Brien.
Crazy. An old friend and divorcee who holds cynical views on women and marriage. Johnny Arriga, voiced by Travis Willingham, my boy.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was honestly, at first I thought it was Patrick Sates, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, they do also kind of have the same voice.
Yeah.
Johnny is an idealist searching for a soulmate. Jesus. Soul based. Soul based.
You're going to want to baste your soul.
I'm going to base that soul
nice
at
and moist.
400 degrees. And Toby Nebbins, voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, Johnny's co-worker, much younger, 19, who has a crush on Erica Anderson, voiced by Erin Fitzgerald, a waitress at the Stray Sheep Bar. Do you love Toby just due to Yuri Lowenthal, or just do you love Toby because of Toby?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
Good answer.
Great answer. Thomas Mutton, the nickname
Mutton.
Boss, voiced by Kirk Thornton, is the owner of the Stray Sheep. And obviously,
It's also very important that we note that is not information that we get at the beginning of the game. That is later information.
But his name is Boss, basically.
Yes, his name is Boss up until like the last parts of the game.
Do we all have... I mean, Colton, I know this is basically a new experience for you. Rayne, do you have any prior experience with this game?
Yes. I played it when it first came out in 2011. So
Dope.
it's been a hot minute, but I do remember a good portion of this game because I spent hours on it.
Dope. Do you remember which ending you got?
I think I got one of the bad endings, but I think I was trying to get it on purpose, like my first playthrough.
Sick.
Oh my god.
All right. So I figure we'll hop into the plot then, which is something, Colton, you've recently unfurled for yourself.
It is...
All right. So our protagonist, Vincent Brooks, is obviously a slacker who is unwilling to commit to marrying his long-term girlfriend, Katherine. One night at the Stray Sheep Bar, a drunken Vincent meets an enigmatic young woman named Katherine. So, named Kat, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, at the beginning of the story, Katherine and Vincent are kind of perceived as this, like, couple who have had it for a long time, and she's very clearly more ambitious than he is, and he's kind of, like, riding her coattails. Like, he's a systems engineer for, like, a computer company. Like, he does important work, but she's just has like that aura of success about her. However, Katherine is an extremely, it seems, unlikable character from the very beginning, or at least she's meant to appear that way. Like, I was telling Colton earlier, Rayne, and I don't know if you'll like agree or disagree with me. I feel like in vanilla Katherine, I feel like in the original game, like they just leaned really hard. It's like, how hard could we possibly lean into like the tsundere and like ara type tropes, like in either direction? Like, I feel like this game is like two bullet trains going in opposite directions.
Yeah, they are wildly different.
Yeah, I feel like they really, if I'm recalling this correctly, and I'm pretty sure I am, they spent a good chunk of like that first part just trying to be like, oh yeah, look at how different this is. Look at how different these characters are. You know, Katherine, like, I don't, you know, we don't like that kind of thing. Like,
we
to
don't like
make you
that.
Almost feel like, oh yeah, like I can see where this game is going and why this game goes this way. You know, like I feel like it was really heavy at like the start.
Totally. Yeah, they really poured it on thick with both of the Katherine's personalities, and like it was almost fucking nauseating to watch, honestly. I was like, they really just want to establish, they don't want to let it naturally come out at all, you know? Yeah. They just like want to get right to it.
I think in the beginning they're at like tea or something, and she's like, well, you know, my mother's been calling me and asking me how we're doing lately. Yeah. And I'm like, oh fuck, like that means it's like, hey man, you better hurry the fuck up with this marriage question. Or like,
yeah. And it's not only that, but like there isn't an ounce of warmth in anything Katherine's saying, you know what I mean? It's just extremely cold, and like it's just cold.
Yeah, she's all business, man, and some dudes are into that. And I think at the end of the day, Vincent is to a certain degree.
I don't know.
You know, I think Rayne is right. We can see where this plot is headed. We can almost see like, oh, why this person would act this way. But I think we could put a general disclaimer up top, and I feel like we're going to be saying this multiple times throughout the plot. Cheating on your partner. Let me just go ahead and throw it out there.
Yeah,
can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know, you simply cannot be doing that.
I cannot imagine that being the hot take of 2021.
You just can't do it. But Unfortunately, Vincent does it. Meets a young woman named Kat. They have a one-night stand, which turns into an affair. Simultaneously, Vincent begins experiencing surreal nightmares where he and other men must ascend a tower while outrunning terrifying demons. In these dreams, they are sheep that are being shepherded towards the top. If they should fall behind or fall off the tower, they will die. And if they fall in the dream, they die in real life. So,
like the 2006 classic Stay Alive.
you know what? I really did think that this conversation was going to happen. Like, it is somewhat similar to that. Like, it's like...
Boss is what happens when Swink grows up a bitter old man.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Zach, we poured ourselves a rum and coke in the spirit of Katherine.
We did, because
so
when you're drinking at the bar, you can drink several drinks and then you get trivia about
shall we get some audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded good.
We decided to have a rum and coke because that's Vincent's drink of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I got him vanilla coke because his favorite is Rayne.
Yeah.
And I got cherry coke because my favorite is Katherine, that my succubus GF.
Yeah.
So the beginning of the game starts off with like a lot of these news reports of people just fucking dudes specifically just fucking dying, waking up as these like used toothpaste corpses in their beds. Right? So it starts getting called the woman's wrath. They keep telling this that like these dudes keep getting affected by scorned lovers that they're like cheating on. And like that's the whole thing. You're getting all this rumor mill from Erica, who is the beautiful redheaded waitress who works at the Stray Sheep bar. And she is one of Vincent's friends from high school. So she keeps telling you all these people are fucking dying.
I love her, man. I really wish she was an option.
Yeah, a romance option.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
She's a fucking hilarious character.
Well, that's you got to make way for the Toby Erica energy.
Yeah, very much so.
So the stress of Vincent's double life and the growing intensity of his nightmares eventually compel Vincent to end his affair with Kat, excuse me. That's going to be really weird. So I'm going to just say C and K, honestly.
C and K? All right.
C and K. So this is crazy. So like they kind of continue for a little while. Like you can just be at the bar dealing with the fact that you are cheating on your girlfriend and eventually just decide that you are going to go into the bathroom and view the softcore porn that you were just texted.
Yeah.
Like that's what Katherine does. And the texting is a thing. The replying is a way to help out the kind of decisions. We said earlier in the podcast that the endings are affected by decisions.
It's actually not texting. This is how I know it's an old game. It's not texting.
Shut up.
It's literal fucking emails. It's literally emails. I'm like, are you absolutely kidding me with this?
On Vincent's flip phone?
On Vincent's fucking flip phone. Vincent's rocking a Motorola Razr out
So
here.
is actually.
Like, come on now.
So, yeah, they like continue on for a little while. They keep banging. Vincent's like, what the hell am I going to do? But it doesn't seem like he has control. He wakes up from the nightmare and then like he wakes up in bed and Katherine's Kat is just there.
Yeah.
She's just there.
He is always at the bar with the intention of telling Kat to get the fuck out of here. He's really trying. And I think there's something external influencing him at that point.
Yeah. I think when they show up the first time, and Colton, I've warned you about this the first time. I warned you about this ahead of time before the podcast, but she just sort of rolls up and goes, "Hi, can I sit here?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, you're just supposed to kind of be like immediately captivated by her.
Yeah. I honestly, if someone did that to me in the bar, I'd be like, no.
I'd hit them with the Kotsky block and go, huh? Like, what? Who the fuck are you?
I'd be like, no. I'd be like, Oh man, it's got like a little Deku plushie in it. But like, holy shit, yeah,
So funny.
I don't know. Yeah, this game would be wildly different.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like, Vincent's like probably a dude who's very frustrated, concerned, confused. But again, as I said, cheating on your partner,
No,
can't be doing that.
No.
Cannot
No,
be
no,
doing
no,
that.
no,
no.
Can't be up to
No.
that. So, and I think to a certain degree, Vincent understands that. But the fact is, you're at the bar every night with your friends, and Vincent's friends don't really seem to give much of a shit about him. Like,
no,
it's
no,
just
they
like,
don't.
wow, you're a piece of shit for cheating on your soon-to-be wife, you jackass.
Well,
Like, how
goodbye.
dare you.
Like,
Well, it was fun drinking with you. See you later.
oh man.
And then Toby's just like, hey, I'd like to bang Erica, like, really badly. And Toby, Orlando and Johnny just keep being sus about it for, like, the whole game.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Why are they prohibiting this?
We will talk about it when we talk about endings.
Oh, there's an ending I didn't
Yes, there's
get
an ending,
to.
the true good ending, where you marry Katherine, your long-term girlfriend.
I don't know if that's
It's a cute ending.
Okay.
It's a cute ending. It kind of makes you warm up to Katherine.
Okay.
But Vincent decides it's time to break it up with Kat C. She's causing too much trouble, even though he might enjoy the time that they spend together in a carnal sense. So Katherine shows up at Vincent's apartment, and similarly, Kat also shows up at Vincent's apartment. And there is a violent confrontation between Vincent, Kat, and Katherine. And Kat is seemingly killed by Katherine. However, the incident is revealed to have occurred in the nightmare from which Vincent and Katherine escape.
This is early game?
vanilla. This is vanilla.
This is early game?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, that didn't happen in my playthrough.
This is vanilla.
Oh shit.
So you watched Katherine full body.
Yes.
So there's a little bit more plot streamlining in that. Yeah. The next day, Katherine, who has retained no memory of the nightmare, but having discovered Vincent's infidelity, breaks off their relationship. So Vincent goes through this whole shebang of dealing with the fact that Kat showed up to kill Katherine, goes into the nightmare, does a whole puzzle in the nightmare, escapes the nightmare with Katherine, wakes up the next day, Katherine's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Also, you've literally very obviously been cheating on me. Go fuck yourself. But Katherine has not been an angel throughout this process.
No.
Either.
No.
And that is because of the fact that she tells Vincent that she's pregnant early in the game.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things. That was a huge thing.
Yeah. And that's like another reason for Toby and Orlando and Johnny to shit on you. Is like, hey, your girlfriend's pregnant and you're still cheating on her. You probably should stop fucking doing that.
Yeah.
Because, as I've said, gonna go on record once again, can't be doing that. So,
Else, the kids call that a big no.
big no. So, obviously, Katherine just decides, no, we're done here. Because she doesn't recognize Vincent's heroics in the nightmare. Vincent realizes he is the only person that is aware of Kat's existence and that all of her messages have vanished from her phone, from his phone.
Oh, fuck.
So that's the thing, is earlier in the game, there's this guy that keeps calling you and he's like, yo, who is this? And it's just like, my name's Vincent. Who the fuck is this? He's like, yo, this is Steve. I'm Katherine's boyfriend, or Kat's boyfriend.
Yeah, and this is the guy I was talking about with the Vegeta joke. He's just like, he calls up, he's like, yeah, I'm Katherine's boyfriend. And like at this point, I'm watching this in full body, by the way, so there's 3 Katherines at this point. And like I'm just imagining Vincent going, oh, sure, yeah, okay, roll a dice. Who is it?
Which one?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's gotta be fucking crazy.
So I think that this kind of revelation of the fact that he's the only one that knows that Kat exists comes for a loop with Vincent's probably, I think, closest connection within the group of friends, which is Orlando. Several times throughout the game, Vincent and Orlando are at a sushi bar, just talking amongst themselves. And back in the day when we used to go to the sushi place ourselves and talk about life, I felt a very similar way.
I was watching those scenes and I'm like, I miss that. I really miss doing that.
Yeah. So Orlando is this guy who's been married before, and he's just like, hey, women are generally evil. And it's not great. It's like very much, it tends to present a lot of different views on love and relationships and sexuality. And are all of them great? No, but all of them are varied, I think, in this game.
It's the fact that all of them are still possible. You know what I mean? Like, just because they're not good doesn't mean they're not possible. And I think that's what the point is. You know what I mean?
Vincent has already broken off his relationship with Kat, as well as now has been broken up with by Katherine. So Vincent confronts Thomas Mutton, a.k.a. Boss, the bartender and proprietor of the Stray Sheep, who's the only other person he has witnessed Katherine speaking to. So that's a big mutton. Big sauce. Big sus. Yeah. Boss has been this dude in a white tuxedo jacket and shades inside for the whole game, saying weird.
Me too.
Yeah, you wear your sunglasses inside.
Yeah, listen, man, that's the look.
Sunglasses at night.
Well, I think that's because you gonna hide your vampire demon eyes, right? That's you gotta keep the people. Keep the people guessing.
And people can't know I'm Satan. Like, come on.
True.
I strive to look like Thomas Mutton when I am 65. Like, that's what I'm trying to look
That's
like.
your silver fox
That's
age?
my silver fox age. I will be wearing sunglasses indefinitely. Like,
well, you would have a lot of time if you were immortal, because Vincent learns that Thomas Mutton is in fact a god, Dumuzid the Shepherd, and that Katherine is a succubus. Now look, we've all listened to the September podcast. We know how I feel about this. We're moving on. Who aided Mutton in his game to kill men who would not commit to marriage and family. So Colton, you just saw this earlier. We just saw this earlier before podcast started. So Dumuzid the Shepherd is this god figure who is very concerned with the human race's repopulation.
yes.
So men like Vincent who are not committing to their wives and creating children are a problem for him. So throughout this game, at the end of every level, you kind of go to this landing where there are other people in the nightmare with you. And these sheep are continuing to lose hope, but you kind of choose to inspire them and guide them up towards the mountain.
It's really nice.
Yeah, you start to feel for a lot of them. You start to follow their storylines. You start to kind of see their mental breakdowns after a while.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like really depressing at certain times.
That one guy, man. That one guy who like just goes into a fucking bloodlust after a while.
Goes insane, yeah, crazy.
Ay, ay, ay.
So the nightmare is not as easily handled by everybody as it is Vincent. And Vincent is this guy who can climb very, very well. Very similar to a mythical figure who has escaped the nightmare before, known as the Man of Legend. Right? So Dumuzid wants to get rid of people like Vincent and couple those women during their peak fertility with men who will understand the natural order, as he says. So this seems like a kind of strange like motivation for a god.
I feel like he's just like every conservative politician's god. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, he is an ancient Sumerian god. So it's like old school god of shepherds and fertility. There's a lot of sheep symbolism in this game.
Yes, extremely a lot. Of them.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of like thoughts of like people being herded and being easily manipulated. And Vincent appears a lot in a very interesting choice of outfit. And I was just talking to Colton earlier about it. But Vincent spends most of the game in his underwears.
Yes, he does.
That he do.
I was making a joke, like, if you know that's how you're going to show up, wouldn't you just like wear like sweatpants to bed? You know what I mean? Like, just throw on a pair of sweatpants, just in case.
I get that, but like as I said to you earlier, and as I'll say again, like I feel like it's kind of symbolic, yeah, or like it's meant to be like, oh, this is you at your most vulnerable.
Of course,
like if someone catches you in your underwear, you're like, oh, so like imagine having to deal with like this very stressful event in your underwears.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not awesome.
I was actually just thinking about this now. You know how Vincent appears as like a semi-human, but he's got the horns?
Yes, but he witnesses everybody else as
he
a
witnesses
sheep.
Everybody else as sheep. Does everybody else look like that to themselves, but they witness everybody else as sheep?
Yes, so everybody that's seeing Vincent in the dream is seeing him as the quote-unquote curly-haired sheep.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so we all, if you and I were in the nightmare...
Like, I'd see myself, but with horns, and I'd see you as a sheep, and you'd see
and
yourself
I'd probably have
with
like
horns.
a sheep with glasses and like a beard or something.
Yeah.
And you would be like a very tall sheep with a bald head.
Yeah.
Like, and
Pretty
glasses and a beard. It'd be very easy to spot. And I would talk to you every time I hit the landing and learn your storyline.
Absolutely. That's crazy.
Yeah. So Vincent enters the nightmare one last time on the condition that he and other men will be freed if he reaches the top of the tower. Vincent is victorious and defeats Dumuzid, who is revealed to be an associate of the god Astaroth, who has been the voice talking to Vincent in the confessional booths at the end of every level.
Wow, Teddy got a promotion?
Yeah, it's the voice of Teddy from Persona 4.
It's literally the same voice.
Oh, well, he deserves that promotion.
He deserves the promotion.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be a god. Yeah, Astaroth is good. Is very cool. Yeah, that's vanilla. And here's a little pitch on Full Body. In Full Body, character Rayne, aka Quatherine, moves next door to Vincent.
I cannot believe that.
Believe it, Betty. Unbelievable, believe it. Rayne moves in next door to Vincent after taking a job at the Stray Sheep Bar playing piano. So Rayne is so I don't think we really have painted like an appropriate visual picture of these women, I think, to the audience.
We have not.
So Katherine is a taller, mature woman with long blonde brown hair and glasses. Very much
blonde brown hair. I thought she
kind
had
of like a sandy brown hair.
No way. She has. I think she has like pink hair. Hold on.
Cat.
Hold on.
Catherine, full Catherine?
Hang on.
Married to Vincent Catherine?
Hang on.
I know Rayne has pink hair. That's not who I was talking about.
Oh, no. I'm
foolish
colorblind.
man.
I'm colorblind.
You are colorblind.
Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah.
Catherine
Okay, never mind. Don't mind me.
McBride. Catherine McBride has brown hair.
Yeah, this is like a very, very sand-colored hair.
Yes.
And
Kat is dressed in what is essentially lingerie.
Yeah, pretty much like publicly acceptable lingerie.
Publicly acceptable lingerie, and has like those anime girl twin drill pigtails.
Yeah. Like very
blonde,
very loose drills.
Yeah, very loose drills. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and Rayne is like lowly to the max, pink hair, and like almost like a sailor outfit.
Yeah, kind of.
And
very small.
So these are SMOL. These are the romance options.
Yeah.
So Rayne obviously grows close with Vincent, with Rayne comforting him in his nightmares by playing the piano. That's true in Full Body at every sheep pinnacle, every landing that you come to. Rayne is playing the piano and causing the sheep to like have more hope or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is something that is present in Katherine Vanilla, but we can't talk about until we get to the endings yet. But it turns out that Rayne is actually a boy, which causes a rift between the both of them following Vincent's shocked reaction. So you go pretty much the whole game thinking Rayne is a girl, and it turns out that is not the case.
Right.
If Vincent chooses to reconnect with Rayne, he appears in Vincent's nightmare and is captured by Mutton, with Vincent rescuing him by defeating Astaroth. Alternate endings for Katherine and Kat are unlocked if Vincent sends them a recording of Rayne's piano music. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So from here, there are several possible endings. So Do we want to maybe digest the plot first before going into endings?
I do want to say something before I forget. There was
Sure.
one really, really funny thing I wanted to point out when you said about Katherine, like the Katherine with a Q. There's a point where Rayne actually shows Vincent her name, right? And this is like he's fully engrossed with the other two Katherines at this point. So she writes her name down, and or she sends him a text message, and her name pops up at the top, and he goes, "Oh, your name is Katherine? Katherine? Oh, you're another one. Okay."
Yeah.
That made me laugh so hard, man.
He's awash with Katherine's. Man.
Oh, God, it's so funny. That is amazing. But, yeah, let's digest the plot a little bit and see if we can fucking make sense of it, man.
Yeah. It's an interesting one, for sure. It's very Atlus, as we've learned.
Extremely Atlus.
All right, so, Rayne, what are your thoughts?
Oh, when we talk about Katherine, like whenever I talk about Katherine and I talk about the plot of Katherine, I feel like I'm always the person that's just kind of like, no, I'm on Kat's, like, kind of like side in a way, you know? So like when I played this game, I was just kind of like, nah, man, like I look at this game and I go, well, Vincent deserves that. That sucks. But, you know, don't be a shitty person. My moral of the story is the plot is just straight up being like, don't be shitty, you know?
Yeah, but like but everyone in that game is shitty. You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I'm aware. Everyone in that game is shitty, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not a shitty person that I can look at that and go, wow, you're all fucking garbage humans.
Yeah, I mean, every one of the main characters is flawed in kind of their own way. I think that there's always like that one fatal flaw. Toby is very willing to just sort of like throw himself at, he's very young and naive, and that's considered to be his sin. He's just kind of throwing himself at the concept of love. And Johnny and Orlando are very bitter and jaded, but Johnny thinks that his soulmate is just going to walk through the door at any time. And
yeah, Johnny really is like depressing.
Yeah.
Wow, he is depressing as fuck. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him move, except for that one scene that we can't talk about.
He's just sitting there smoking cigarettes all the time, drinking sake.
Chain smoking cigarettes the whole time. Like, man.
Well, someone's got to.
What do you mean someone's got
Someone's
to?
going to be the cigarette friend.
It's an Atlus game from 2011. Someone has
true.
to.
That is fair. That's very
true,
fair.
Bro. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I do think that the plot is very tied with the morality, and that's the thing of like in every one of those booths with the pull strings. You know, you pull the good option or the bad option, right? Depending on how you really feel.
Yeah, it was really crazy. And visually, the game was fucking stunning. I will say, the Atlus is not a huge fan of recording more than 2 lines of dialogue for any action sequence, huh? They're really not a huge fan of that. Like,
yeah. 2 lines per any one action.
like, they definitely got one of the voice actresses. Like, listen, we just need you to say the word edge. Do it. Just do it once. Do it once. Good. Cut it. Like, that's it.
Every boss says like the same 2 threatening things
Yeah.
to you. So it's pretty rough.
Oh, God, it was so weird because they used like the same, you know how like when characters exert themselves, they're like, ugh, or something like that. They have one for Vincent. Ugh. It's the same over and over and over again.
It's true.
Like, they really cut corners. And even in some of the fucking, like, dialogue scenes, they reused the same sounds. Like, you can hear that shit.
Yes.
I'm like, they really went super hard to cut corners. I think they put more effort into cutting corners than they did into actually writing some of that dialogue.
Welcome to Atlus.
The Atlus really focuses on, like, the stories that they're trying to tell as opposed to like, you know, the finer details that could be added in, like the extra voice lines and like maybe, you know, more than one grunt per character.
You'd think that, right? You would really truly think that. but no.
Well, you know, they definitely sat there and went, we wrote this beautiful like story we want to tell about like, you know, how cheating's really bad and how like if you're a shitty person, you have to like pay for your crimes. And they were like, okay, cool. We're going to do voice lines. Yeah, everyone gets one take.
Everyone gets one take, and you only get to do one variation. Go!
And it's just like the voice actors in the booth. What? No, listen, you get one take. But this is my audition. You get one take.
We're using this, by the way, whether you like it or not.
You know, Troy Baker like steps into the booth. He like does his audition, and they're like, "Perfect, you got the role." And he, he's sitting there. Great. When do I start? No, that's it.
That's it.
This is it. We're taking these lines. Like I could do them better. No.
Goodbye. Get out of here.
Go. You'll receive a paycheck in the mail. Leave.
I just really love the fact that they don't have any others for his sliding on the ice blocks, but whoa, it's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong. I suppose.
Right. So, shall we talk endings?
Let's do it.
Is there anything else we really want to say about the plot? I mean, it's really tough to say anything else. I mean, this guy fucked up. He fucked up. He paid the price. And depending on your ending, it happens. So there are 4 endings to the game. One of which being the Katherine ending, one being the Cat ending, the Rayne ending. Obviously, there are breakdowns within these 3 of bad, good, and true. So each one of these has 3. Really?
Fucking crazy.
But the general 4 branches is the 4 people, the 3 girls, or the 2 girls and Rayne.
Well, I think Rayne identifies as a lady.
I don't want to speak for Rayne. You know, I got to be honest.
Well, because they still refer to her as she after that. Mm-hmm. You know, so
and the freedom ending as well. So really, friends, what do we want to talk about first?
I mean, I could talk about the Rayne ending because that's the one I got. But
I was gonna say, do you guys want to talk about like what ending you got, like your first like go through? Because like obviously, I believe Zach, me and you have played this game multiple times.
You guys definitely should talk about this for a while because I only have one ending to speak of.
I've gotten the true endings for both Katherine and Kat, so I have not. I
purposely made sure to get all of the bad endings.
The bad endings, nice.
Did you do that first?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rayne has helped us out. In the bad endings, they refuse. Both Vincent will be refused if asked to take either of them back in the bad endings. Rayne's bad ending, Rayne leaves while wishing Vincent the best.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hilarious.
Rayne just straight up being like, good luck though.
Yeah, Rayne literally does the good luck though and peace sign fades. Like that's crazy.
In the good Katherine ending, Katherine forgives Vincent after Mutton and Vincent's friends reveal the ordeal he went through in order to save her. In the good Cat ending, she accepts Vincent's proposal and they live together in hell, so despite the objections of Nergal, the king of hell and Kat's father. So Nergal is a demon.
He sure fucking is.
He's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
With a lion's body and like a big old beard. And Nergal is not the hugest fan of his daughter's boyfriend. In the good ending.
Valid.
In the good Rayne ending, Rayne is revealed to be part of an alien race of quote-unquote angels. After Rayne's brother
it's an Atlus game, all right.
Sure is. Sure fucking is, my guy. Challenges Vincent to a final challenge to determine mankind's fate.
Yeah, guess what that challenge is, guys?
It's another puzzle.
You want to get it?
It's another block puzzle.
Cubes!
It's Holy Cubert.
Instead
of Horny Cubert.
I don't know, still kind of horny Cubert.
Vincent wins, and he and Rayne become a couple. So let's go through I'll go through the freedom ending first, and then I'll go into the true endings. All right? So in the freedom ending, Vincent realizes he does not desire marriage. He's just, fuck it. We're done. We're not doing it. Having won against Thomas Mutton, he demands payment from him, which he immediately uses to bet on a wrestling match. In the good ending, he loses the bet. And in the true ending, he wins and uses his money to fulfill his dream of space tourism, of visiting outer space. Because for the whole fucking game in his bedroom, there's that poster on space tourism. So he finally gets to go to outer space.
That.
Yeah.
I love that. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm done with dating entirely. And just like...
Fucks off to Mars.
Fucks off to Mars. Holy shit.
Imagine like going through that whole ordeal, winning a bunch of money, and then just straight up being like, yeah, fuck it, I'm out. Like, bruh.
I'm interplanetarily out.
I'm done with this planet on a physical level. Like,
so far out. Like, he just straight up was like, nope, that's it. I'm going to Jupiter. Peace out, team. I'm done. I'm not doing this.
I am separating myself from the human race entirely.
I've seen demons, humans, and angels. I'm gone.
I swear, the Matt Pat playthrough of Vanilla Katherine means so much to me because of the one cut where they go to Vincent's room when he wakes up. Vincent, whenever he wakes up from the nightmare, he wakes up with sheep's eyes for one blink, which I think is really fucking cool and scary. And then he pans over to the poster and one of them goes, "Space tourism, get your ass to Mars." So just had to shout it out real fast.
I love the idea, what you were saying before. He's like, I've seen demons, I've seen angels, I've seen people. I kind of just want to sit and see rocks for the rest of my life.
I am done.
I just feel like at that point, he straight up is like, if all I do is look at asteroids for the rest of my life, that's it. And he'd be like, I'd be seeing people too soon, you know?
I mean, you know what? Same hat, Vincent? Like, same hat?
Time well spent. In the true Katherine vanilla ending, they are married. And during this marriage ceremony, Colton, it is revealed about your dear waifu, Erica, that Erica has since slept with Toby.
Good for them.
Punching Toby's V card, as in so many words, as they say. However, it is during this time that Erica reveals to Toby that she was known as Eric back when she was in school.
Interesting.
And so Erica is, I believe, a trans woman. And that has been there since since Katherine Vanilla.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. In the full
at least Toby got laid.
Yeah. Fucking good for Toby.
Fucking why not?
He's a little bummed out about it in that ending, though. He's like, I want my V card back.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, well, don't be a fucking piss baby,
exactly.
all right?
Exactly. In the full body ending, Katherine again leaves Vincent, gaining new self-confidence while fondly remembering her time with Vincent. In the full body Cat true ending, Cat transports Vincent back to his high school days and appears as a human, allowing them to fall in love and start a family.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
I love it.
It's kind of
adorable. Cute. I adore it. In the Rayne true ending for full body, Rayne performs a piano concert for humans and many alien races with Vincent as his producer and partner.
Oh.
In all of the game's endings, Trisha states in a closing narration that the purpose of Vincent's story and the player's actions while directing his story was to determine whether or not the player desired a life of comfort or a life of excitement. That's kind of like the fulcrum that this game rests on, is like order and chaos, like the established order versus like the heart's desire, I think. So the life of comfort or the life of excitement. She explains that the tower was a metaphor for the journey to adulthood and that, quote, there is no right way to climb the tower. Here we are.
Yeah.
Colton, this is for you. In a secret ending unlocked when the player clears the game's challenge stages, all golds, Trisha speaks directly to the player and reveals that she is, in fact, Ishtar, with Astaroth being one of her avatars. Tired of Dumuzid, bosses, infidelities, and the events of Katherine's were a test to find someone worthy of her love. She offers to make the player into a deity so that they could become her consort. So in the Cat True ending, you become king of hell as well. And that was the ending I got the first time. You just overthrow Nurgle. You're using him as a stool while there's just a ton of succubus bitches and cat around you constantly. So that's the last ending that is available.
I think I have to play more of these endings.
Right. It's fun. It's fun. I like the fact
shit.
I love a game where your decisions affect the outcome. Like Until Dawn, anything like that, Mass Effect, like that is my jam.
Yeah, those are cool.
So those are the endings of Katherine the game. And I honestly, is it silly? Sure. Is it a little cringy at times? Absolutely. Is it a fucking fantastic video game? I'll stake my life on it.
Yeah, it is really good. Now, in the spirit of the Tryforce podcast, we always ask a question at the end.
Oh, are we coming to time?
Yeah, we're coming to time. We're at an hour. We're an hour and change.
Already.
So the question I pose to you guys is: if the whole game is a metaphor for comfort or excitement, which one are you going? Which one are you going with?
If we look at the endings that I got every time I played this game, suffering.
Rayne, that was not one of the options.
Well, I don't know. I purposely got the bad endings,
Rayne,
but
please.
that's mainly because I thought Vincent deserved to suffer.
That's fair.
I don't know. I am a creature of comfort. I am a comfort creature. I will probably have to say that I would just like a life of comfort. I want calm. I want to look at space rocks. No more people. Just space rocks.
No people, just rocks.
I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of being caught in the tangle of their
Well,
lives.
that's too damn big.
Oh, Holes reference. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
man. Wow.
That's crazy. Wasn't expecting 2003's Holes to show up during this Katherine podcast.
On a side note,
I'm here to keep y'all on your toes, you know?
Love it.
on a side note, what a great name for a movie. Just like
Holes.
they're already done writing the movie. They have the plot. What are we going to call it? Fucking Holes.
I'm probably going to have to go. I mean, probably unsurprisingly for a life of excitement. You know, I feel like I'm here for a merry life, if a short one.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I'm here for whatever gets me the succubus GF of my dreams. So, you know, that's really where I'm at.
That's fair.
Also drawing up the summoning circle, Zach.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I have the salt.
Thank you. Don't need that.
So
What about you?
again, I'm gonna come down right in the middle here, as it always seems to fucking happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I sound like a person who would love an excitement life, but like,
Right.
man, do I just want to be able to work an actual job and make enough money to have a happy life and make my wife happy and put my kids through college? You know, like I really want that, but at the same time, I want to do it in my own goofy and exciting way.
I think
You know,
that is really where the game towards the end starts to pontificate on is Vincent says that there's really people's lives aren't planned out for them, and there's no real one way to climb the tower. There's no one way to mature into adulthood. Everybody has their own struggles and their own baggage, and there are people who would prefer stability, family, and kind of maybe a sort of a socio-sexual isolation, as opposed to there are other people that would prefer to kind of live fast, die young,
yeah,
and take in all of the the fruits of that kind of bucking of tradition. So it really is. It's pretty crazy, man. It's very about the duality of existence.
yeah. That's a deep fucking game.
And there's anime titties and little arcade games that you can play. So
Yeah, I mean-
it's very fucking weird.
It's a strange experience all around. Did not expect to have an existential crisis at my job today, but that's
Katherine for you.
That's Atlus. That's Atlus and Katherine games.
Atlus.
Sure.
That's any Atlus game.
Yeah.
They really kick it into overdrive.
No.
Sorry.
No. Sorry. No. We did that last week.
No, Zach.
Sorry.
Don't make me relive that.
Sorry. I was doing it for you, Rayne.
Oh,
failed.
thank you, Zach Atlus.
I failed. Oh my god.
Overdrive. I hate him. I hate him.
All right.
I hate him so much.
So
Sounds like a kangaroo just got like.
fucking thank you guys for doing this. I've wanted to probably do an episode on this game for a while, maybe since we've conceived of doing this together. So this one means a lot to me personally.
No, I'm glad this was a fucking experience. You know, I'm really glad that I got to experience this game because it was fucking wild.
Yeah. I don't even think we barely scratched the surface. I mean, there are patrons at the bar whose lives you can save.
Yeah.
Legitimately, whose stories you can learn. So just play the damn game, man. Just
Shout out to my boy Abul.
Abul, he's full body specific, but he is a great storyline. The Golden Sheep, man. That is great.
It's a good man right there.
I'll probably have to go with Archie. I love Archie, the pompadour sheep myself. That's a good question. Do you guys have like a favorite side character, like one of the boys, somebody that isn't Vincent within the proceedings?
We already know my answer.
Why
should you ask me this question?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us again? Tell us why, maybe.
I think it's because it just sounds dumb, but it's like the whole time, you're going to the bar and you're sitting with the same people, and then it's just, to me, like, just, it was one of those, like, the other two that, like, you sit with are very, like, love is so depressing, don't women, this. And
Don't
like,
women.
Don't women. I need that on a hat.
Simply do not women.
which, like, good, stay away.
Love it.
But, like, just him, I don't know, to me it was like a weird breath of fresh air that he was just like, but like girls though.
Girls
I'm just
and
like
love.
that.
Rain, can I put you on blast here for like a second?
Oh boy.
Sure.
Is it because he's a loud blonde?
That is my type.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about it. Loud type, voiced by one of my favorite
Yuri
voice
Lowenthal.
actors.
Yeah. And she did. We didn't have a chance. We did not have a chance. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. I'll just add it to the criteria.
Absolutely.
It's also because as a gay, I also agree that girls. So
I do women, in fact.
Do in fact women.
Do in fact women.
In fact, women. Also, I don't know. Like, I was like, he's fucking 19 and young. What does he really know? He's like, out of all of them, I'm like, you're the least sinful one here.
He's a 19-year-old hanging out with a 32, like two 32-year-olds. Like, what the fuck, man?
I think Orlando's like
Nobody
29.
said he had his life in order.
That's yikes.
Well,
Toby.
he's Johnny's coworker.
That is
so he
true.
just brings
Yeah.
him to the bar.
Oh, yeah, Johnny's his boss, right?
Johnny is his boss. Yes, that's true.
Yes, allow me to bring my 19-year-old coworker to the fucking bar.
Oh, man.
No, please, allow me.
Ridiculous.
That's so fair. Colton, what about you?
What about me?
You got a favorite side character?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
What do you think I was going to ask you for?
No.
Social security
Colton,
number?
what about you? Do you women?
Colton, do you women? in
Yes,
fact-
I do women.
Colton, we have you here on live. Do you in fact women?
I do women, yes.
All right, you heard it here first.
So, let's see. My favorite side character duo, honestly, was...
Duo?
Yeah, it was the Golden Sheep and the Scarf Sheep.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved them
Very
so much.
Because you watched a full body playthrough.
I did. I watched the full body playthrough. I love the singing chef, and I love the rich oil tycoon who's learning that other people are there.
That's true. Yeah.
I love the idea that like that somebody in that kind of a coddled position can actually be like, oh shit, other people have real problems, and I need to care about that.
Yeah. It's nice to see a rich person actually care about other people.
Yeah, and then
We'd
he
love
shows
to see
up.
America go in that direction.
Wishful thinking. But we see him at the bar, and he's just like, you know what? I'm going to pour some money into this bar because I love this place. I'm going to fund my friend's music career. Oh, and by the way, I'm taking a journey of self-discovery because I need to contribute to this world.
Abul's the fucking dude.
Abul is a fucking homie. Like,
Yeah.
he's a homie. I love him.
The thing is, he's constantly surrounded by wealth, but there is, before Abul even existed, there was that kind of lovely anti-capitalist idea in the vanilla Katherine with the sheep that you buy items from.
Yeah.
At like one of the last levels, he's not there.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I guess I don't get levels, but there's just like coins everywhere. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? You walk over to like a random, unnamed, unremarkable, no like defining feature sheep. And he says, oh yeah, that sheep that normally buys items, he died. He just straight up died. He tried to make it up, but his coins were too heavy and he fell.
Oh no.
And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So like this game just finds so many little nuancy ways to talk about such a handful of stuff. And I think it's just done so damn brilliantly, and everyone should play it.
Yeah, it's an extremely smartly written game, you know. But you also have to remember, you also have to remember, we were in high school when this game came out, so you take it with a grain of salt. But at the time, it was a very smartly written game, and still, it holds up.
The original version for the Xbox 360 came with a poster, and I had it in my college dorm, actually.
Yes, I think I remember you showing me that poster.
Might have it somewhere still.
That's
but
ridiculous.
out of 10, I don't know about you guys. I personally would rate Katherine about like a 8.5 at the very lowest.
I'd say a solid 8.
I'm gonna go with a 6. But
Ooh.
Okay.
I just think it's because to me it's a product of its time, you know.
Yes,
and like
sure.
I didn't play Full Body, so I can't talk about Full Body. But I can talk about Vanilla Katherine, and I would give it like a 6 or a 6.5.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Fair.
Like it's a game that if I went back to it today, I would probably be upset about a lot of the things that like are said.
Probably.
Yeah, it was 2011 was a wildly different world. And also at this point,
that's 10 years ago, you know, like this shit was different.
The world changes every 2 weeks now. So it's like with that also, that game was beginning to be written in like 2008, you know? So that was an even wilder world.
It definitely has it's got its moments of not so great stuff, you know? Yeah. That's definitely a disclaimer going in, and that's Atlus for you. I mean, Atlus, even
that's Atlus, all right.
Even
Atlus
in their games that are coming out nowadays, there are a lot of things that they could avoid, but they are actively choosing not to. So
Atlus
big
just
disclaimer before
does that.
Big disclaimer for transphobia before you play Katherine.
Yeah.
Big one. All right. So, other than that, you know, obviously as a story, it is great. As a story, it is fun. And as a story, I feel like you might like it.
Yeah.
Some of it.
I'll say.
Most of it. Tryforce.
I enjoyed it. Take it in the context of its time. And, you know, that's really all you can do with it.
Move some blocks.
Move some fucking blocks. Remember, everybody loves cubes.
And that was the whiskey trivia for tonight.
Ooh. Come back next week for another one.
All right.
Come back next week where we talk about something else.
Something else.
Ooh. Yeah. Speaking of, I have my drink.
You're going to finish your glass?
Yeah. Not in this shot. That'd be a fucking nightmare.
Oh, no.
Shots.
You get it?
I felt the enthusiasm there.
You got it?
Yeah, for sure. Rayne was really trying to inspire you there.
I appreciate it.
I'm very inspiring.
D6 of inspiration.